Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Empower Your Mind for Success podcast, a podcast for anyone who wants to build an entrepreneurial mindset. Adversity quotient is a measurement of how people perceive challenges and how well they deal with them. I'm sure you have heard of the carrot, egg, and the coffee bean story. A young woman went to her mother and told her about her life and that, her life was tough. She was struggling a lot. Every time she solved one problem, another problem arose and life was not going well for her and things were very difficult and challenging. Her mother took her to the kitchen. She filled 3 pots with water and placed each on high fire. Soon the pots came to boil. In the fire, in the first bowl, she placed carrots. In the second, she placed eggs. And in the third pot, she placed ground coffee. She let them sit and boil without saying a word. In about 20 minutes, the water had boiled enough. And then she turned off the burners. She fished the carrots out and placed them in one bowl. She then fished pulled the eggs out of the other bowl and placed them from the pot and placed them in one bowl. And then she ladled the coffee out from the third pot and put it in another cup. Turning to her daughter, she asked, "Tell me, what do you see?" "Carrots, eggs, and coffee," the young woman replied. The mother brought her closer and asked her to feel the carrots. She did and noted that they were soft. She then asked her to take an egg and break it. After pulling off the shell, she observed the hard-boiled egg. Finally, she asked her to sip the coffee. The daughter smiled as she tasted its rich aroma. The daughter then asked, "What does it mean, Mom?" The mother explained that each of these objects had faced the same adversity, boiling water, but each reacted differently. The carrot went in strong, hard, and unrelenting. However, after being subjected to the boiling water, it softened and became weak. The egg had been fragile. Its thin outer shell had protected its liquid interior, but after sitting through the boiling water, it inside became hardened. The ground coffee beans were unique, however. After they were in the boiling water, they had changed the water. "Which are you?" the mom asked the daughter. "When adversity knocks on your daughter," she said, "how do you respond? Are you a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean? Think of this. Right? Which am I? Am I the carrot that seems strong, but with pain and adversity, do I wilt and become soft and lose my strength? Am I the egg that starts with a malleable heart, but changes with the heat? Did I have a fluid spirit, but after a death, a breakup, or a financial hardship, does my shell look the same, but on the inside, I am bitter and tough with spirit and a hardened heart? Or am I like the coffee bean? The bean actually changes the hot water, the very circumstance that brings the pain. When the water gets hot, it releases the fragrance and flavor. If you are like the bean, when things are at their worst, you get better and change the situation around you. When the hours are the darkest and the trials are their greatest, do you elevate to another level? How do you handle adversity? Are you a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean? The moral of the story is that we all face adversities. We will all face challenges, but how you face them and what comes out of it at the other end is very important. See, I've mentioned this in the past. At least two things happen for us entrepreneurs. I would say for everybody, but especially for entrepreneurs, right? Every situation will either make your business grow or it'll make you grow, right? It just depends on how you look at it. And as an entrepreneur, we face many more challenges and adversities because we wear several hats in our business, and it is totally up to us of how far our business will go. So it's very important how well we face adversity. Actually, the intelligent quotient is not that important anymore because we know through the science of neuroplasticity that we continue to learn and become smarter and master new things and new skills as we grow into adulthood. IQ is not a stationary number, but adversity quotient is something that determines how well we face challenges, right? Dr. Paul Stoltz, who was a management consultant in the mid 1980s, I think 1987, started developing what he called the adversity quotient. Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Carnegie, there are many universities who have adopted the adversity quotient um, um, measurement techniques. Dr. Paul Stoltz came up with a grit quotient as well, or what he calls a grit metric, a grit KPI. Grit stands for growth, resilience, instinct, and tenacity. We can cover grit some other time, but Dr. Paul Stoltz came up with both these things, and it is a very important thing for us as entrepreneurs to know about this. Now, can AQ like IQ, adversity quotient like IQ, can be improved? Of course. Dr. Stoltz came up with a consulting organization called as Peak Learning, where he teaches corporations and universities of how to help their students and employees to improve their grit, to improve the way they deal with adversity quotient. He taught them how to stop feeling helpless, how to stop feeling down and doubting yourself, when as opposed to, you can take a look at a challenge and find opportunities in it and grow, right? So there are three things that the adversity quotient talks about it, and Dr. Stoltz defines people with high AQs in three ways. He says that people with high adversity quotient do not blame others for their adversities or setbacks they confront. They do not blame themselves either. They do not see the setbacks that occur as reflecting poorly on themselves. And third, they believe the problems they face are limited in size and duration and can be dealt with. Now, if you think about it, right, these are the three things that we as entrepreneurs need to have. And that is why the entrepreneurs who are successful, the 1% companies that succeed at the end, are the ones that have learned how to persevere despite the challenges, how to deal with adversity and difficulties and still come out on the top, right? It's not about being it's not about finding the right resources. It is about being resourceful when things are at the darkest. And only those entrepreneurs will find success if they can deal with adversity. So it is very important for us to understand this. And that is why, dealing with adversity does not mean that you do it all alone, right? Dealing with adversity can come about if you are part of a bigger mastermind, if you have mentors who are helping you deal with the situations and teaching you how they dealt with and overcame them when they went through it as well. If your goal, if your purpose is very well defined and you have clarity in it, if your purpose is your burning desire, then you will find the fuel to keep on strengthening yourself to grow through the adversities. Your AQ will keep on getting better. It will keep on getting higher, right? Now the question is, how do you improve your AQ, right? We have spoken about habits in the past. We have spoken about the power of subconsciousness. We have spoken about the environment. We have spoken about neuroplasticity. All these things help us get stronger and deal with the adversities, right? The other thing is, you should not think of these adversities as if life is happening to you. You should always think about these adversities in a context that life is happening for you. Life is preparing you through these challenges, through these adversities, for you to become tougher and stronger and master a particular challenge that you can then take and teach your peers of how to overcome. It is teaching you how to become a coach and a mentor through life so that you can mentor and coach others to overcome that same adversity, so that you can provide value to others. Your pain becomes your purpose. In most cases, your pain becomes your purpose. And higher your purpose, higher your goals, which means you want to provide value to others, the better the fuel you will have to continue stoking your growth mindset and your ability to deal with adversity. So think about, if you look at the other podcasts that I've done, about habits and rituals, about some of the other things around neuroplasticity and epigenetics and all these things that help us become stronger then I think all these things come together, right? And it is very, very important for us to remember that it's not about how smart you are. It's not about how great your idea is. It's not about how unique your idea is only, right? The ability for you to survive through difficulties is going to determine your success with a very, very large factor. And if you talk to any entrepreneur, I think facing adversity and growing through adversity will be one of the factors that they will give lot of credit to becoming successful. And I think we all would completely agree with it as well. The question is, how do you improve your adversity quotient, right? You have to have the right thoughts. You have to have the right goals so that you can, enable your subconscious mind to go out and convert your thoughts into physical manifestation. But nothing will happen if you don't let the energy of your thoughts get transmuted through vibration in your body into action. If you don't take action, you will never learn. If you don't take action, you will never fail. If you don't fail, you will never learn how to overcome. You will never know how to course correct. If you are not intentional, you will never be aware of these things either. So intentionality, your purpose, your habits, your purpose and you being aware, all these things will help you drive your AQ higher and higher. And the more action you take, the more you learn, the more you do, the more better you will become. There is no other alternative for entrepreneurs to succeed in life. Action is very, very important, right? You have to let your subconscious mind lead you into taking the right action, so that you can come better, stronger, more resilient on the other side, so that you can persevere and then share your story with the rest of the world. I hope this helps. I hope you found value in this podcast. And if you did, please share this with someone who would benefit from listening to this podcast. Thank you for listening. And remember, you have unlimited potential. Own it. Until next time, take care.